Good morning, friends. I am so excited to do a layout with you today. I am just hopping on here and we are going to walk through this week's challenge. I am just popping into my phone here to make sure we made it on. Looks like we did. Yay! All right, so just one important announcement. If you are hoping to get in on that free shipping promo that Creative Memories is doing right now, you're going to want to make sure you do that by Friday morning. So that promo will end 1 p.m. our time, which means you probably should do it sooner than later. So I just want to let you know, if you have an order that's $80 or more to put in, you'd stack up on tape runners or pages or just things on your wish list you want to get that done by 1 p.m. Friday. So, and that's Eastern time. If you're in a different time zone, definitely take that into consideration. So, all right, so we're gonna get started with this. I did make some handwritten notes on here because the instructions were good, but they weren't great. There were some things like Angie had pointed out in one of my posts, like we didn't know what size the photos were, and then I realized like this little strip right here wasn't mentioned, and so I will add as we go. So just note that there are some pieces here missing. However, it does say down here, add any additional borders you want. So maybe that covered that, but we'll cover that when we get there. So I did get this from the Creative Memories blog. It was a very recent post actually from February 25th. So if you want to go on there and find the instructions, feel free. Otherwise, let me know if you want like the PDF printout of this. You can print a PDF from the CM blog. I make mine a little more, I trim all this stuff off that doesn't have to be on here. So then I try to put it on a one sheet thing here. So let me know if you want me to send that to you. I do have it. All right, so I am scrapping more Disney. I'm so close to being done with Disney, you guys. It's crazy. I didn't think I'd be done with Disney until, oh my goodness, like toward the end of this year. And I'm staring at like the last, I'll show you actually, the last little handful of pictures. I have these and I have these, and I had 3 of these full to do back in, I want to say it was like September. I printed like 500 plus pictures for Disney, so it's amazing. These challenges help a lot, and then I do challenges by other advisors, and it's just a great way to get things done. So yeah, I love challenges for that reason. So I'm on the last few here. So our last day in Animal Kingdom. I have a few left from Epcot still, our second day in Epcot. So I'm plugging through those 2, and then have some 2024 family album photos to do. So we're going to hopefully switch gears here soon. I have started those already too, but we got to see Kevin, and we saw this random cool bird, and I liked the picture, so I just took it. And then like, I forgot what these guys were called, but they're like stomp African drummers. It was really cool. So I have a picture of them that I'm going to use. And as you know, my pictures are usually much smaller. This one's a 4x6. I'm going to leave it a 4x6, and it's going to kind of replace one of my sections here. So just take note of that. I'm going to have different sizes going on. And then I picked out all my papers. So I know what I'm going to use for my mats and my bigger mats and my strip down the side. So, and I am also using a white piece, and this one got smushed. I don't know what happened to this. I don't know if my kid might have, I don't know. I have no idea, but this one was ripped. And I was like, yeah, I'll still use it because it's all going to get covered anyway. So I hate like wasting cardstock and paper. I'm a very frugal person, in case you haven't noticed. So I'm using this, and it is ripped and it is bent, and I know that, but it's going to be covered anyway. So I am setting some things aside here. These are going to be like for my mats. I like literally went through and picked out everything I wanted to use. So, and then I have some funny like little strips here I'm going to use, and some titles. I didn't have a good mat to fussy cut for this one, so I'm probably going to use either Party Animal or Driving Me Crazy because of the whole, like there's an African party going on, and Kevin's just a riot. So we're excited to scrapbook her. So, and yes, she is a her. You need to watch the movie to know that. So, long story. All right, so we're just going to go through our instructions here. When I tell people, when you're overwhelmed, just take it step by step so you can get through it. I actually looked at this layout. I'm like, what was I thinking picking it? I'm so overwhelmed, but just looking at it. And then yesterday when I was going through, or 2 days ago, I don't remember, I was like, oh, okay, like we could do this. It's fine. So when in doubt, just go through step by step and you'll be fine. So our step one is to use an insert sheet from your paper pack as a base of this layout. And what they mean by insert sheet is, I have an old one here, like the back side of your cover sheet. And it used to be thicker. They are more papery now, but paper still works too. So I could use this actually, but I'm just going to use this piece I had beat up. So that's the insert sheet. They say that, and those are perfectly fine to use for scrapbooking. So take note of that. It's like an extra piece of cardstock for you, or use a piece of cardstock. So we got our beat up piece here, our misfit piece of white. Our next step, cut a piece of yellow lines paper, and they're talking about this strip over here. I'm going to use this orange that measures 4 by 12. So, got my trimmer. I'm ahead of the game. I've pulled it out already. So we're going to cut this down 4 by 12. And this is from an older like tonal pack. It's called Everyday Shades. I do love it for like zoo stuff and just for fun layouts. I like this, and it goes well with Kevin. So that orange would be a good choice here. Alright, we're going to keep our trimmer close, obviously. And adhere to the left side of the layout. So, I do like this side too. I almost went with this side, but I wanted something a little more vibrant even for this layout. And we're going to cover up this tear here that I have going on. So just know, even if your paper is broken, if you can cover it up, still use it. Why waste it, right? Alright. And then I added this little notation here because I saw this little purple strip on here. And I was like, well, I want a little strip on mine. And you have to do it before you add these 2 strips, because it's behind there. So I'm guessing it's a 1/4 inch wide by 12. That's going to go kind of down here. And I wanted to use this cute little leaves. And this is from like, oh man, I want to say it was like Beneath the Willows or something like that. I just have scraps to use up from that as well. So I'm going to cut this down to like a 1/4 inch. And again, like, this is optional, obviously, because they didn't list it. I just wanted to have the extra little piece there that they didn't list. So, and cutting a 1/4 inch on here can be tricky. If you're looking at your trimmer, the 1/4 inch is going to be kind of the end of your gray strip on here. At least that's my understanding. So, like, it's not going to matter in the long run, especially for this piece. It's not like it's going to depend on other things. It looks so little. I think that's a 1/4 inch. Yeah, that's a 1/4 inch. So for this one, I'm probably going to use some Repo because it's very narrow. I could use mini tape runner, but I realize I'm out of mini tape runner, you guys. I like panicked the other day. I'm like, I'm out of mini tape runner. So that's on my order, my next order. If you want to add anything and you're local, or I'm going to see you soon, let me know by tonight. So, all right. So I'm going to kind of gauge where this is going to go. I'm probably going to put it kind of right here. Like I said, it's not going to matter too hard. It's not like everything's relying on it. So that's, I'm guessing that's about a 1/4 inch wide or a 1/4 inch wide. So it looks about right. They don't have it on here, so I just went with it. So that's my end of my step 2. Step 3, cut 2 pieces of the green floral paper to measure 4 by 1/2 inch. And they're talking about these little strips right here. And for those, I am using, oh, where'd they go? It's kind of funny. I'm kind of gonna improvise here because I like these arrows and I like this I love animals thing. So I might not cut these down and I might leave them the size that they are because one's more narrow, one's more wide, and as you can see, it's not going to matter. So I think what I'm going to do is cut these to 4 inches long and then adhere them on. So just note though, you're going to cut your first one. You need 2 pieces that are 4 inches long by 1/2 inch. And then your wider piece, which is their purpley strip here, that's step 4, excuse me, you're going to cut that to 3/4 inch by 4, or 4 by 3/4 inch. So it needs to be 3/4 wide. However, I think mine's like an inch, which, I mean, in my mind, that's close enough. And as I said, it's not going to matter. And then this one's 1/2 inch. So I'm cheating a little bit on this, but really it's not cheating because I like it. And you can do your page however you want. So I'm always saying, you know, tailor your page how it works for you, right? So we're going to cut this one at 4. I'm going to kind of watch my little title here. It should be okay. And make sure that, looks like they're both, it was exactly 4. I must have been 8 inches wide. And then cut this one at 4. And again, those are both 4. All right. So we're cooking the gas. All right. So I'm probably going to put, I gotta decide what I want to do. I think I want this one at the top because it's more centered. So I'm just going to kind of base it on what I see here. And again, it's not going to matter how wide it is compared to everything else. You're just going to kind of adhere this right there. And you're going to put your little strip right above it. And it doesn't matter what size it is, it should be okay. And then your wider strip on this top part is going to go on the top. And I'm going to kind of, you know, make it pretty even to how I did it on the bottom. And your more narrow strip is going to go right under that. I'm just going to butt it right up against it. You could space them out if you want. It's your page. You do what you want. I could have turned my arrows different directions, but that's okay too. All right, so I just checked off step 3 and 4. So we're moving right along. And then it says adhere these strips to step 5, approximately 1/2 inch from the top and bottom, which done. I already did it. So I checked off step 5 as well. Next for step 6, we're cutting a mat in half. And another thing that drove me nuts, didn't say what size mat, but again, it doesn't matter. So I just picked out one I liked. So I found this zoo one from the What a Zoo, I believe What a Zoo or What a Zoo 2. And I'm just going to cut it in half and use it. It'll be fine. So this one is 4 by 6, I believe. So I'm going to cut it at 3. Is that 4 by 6? I'm questioning it. It looks odd. Oh, it's wider. It's a 6.5. Good to know. So I'm going to cut it at like 3 1/4. This was a bigger one. It didn't tell me which size to use, so I just went with it. So any mat here will be fine, pretty sure. And if it does go over the edge a little bit, we're going to be covering that. That's fine. You're going to tilt it anyway. And then we're going to put a border sticker or border here. If you look really close, yeah, it should be good. So you're going to be adhering 1/2 angled along the centered section. So like I said, we're going to be covering this. So it's okay if it goes over your line. I kind of look at the other side too to see how close to that edge it's going to touch, but I also know I have no idea what size I'm at, so I'm just going to kind of do it my way. All right, so now that's done. And then it says to adhere a floral sticker border along the edge of the line here. So I have a couple options. I did pull out these because I thought these were very Kevin-like. It matches her feathers very well. So I'm going to pull these out and kind of look at them. I'm probably going to use this with border stickers. I like the oranges and the yellows, which I could pull up my picture of Kevin here, my pictures. When in doubt, I look at my pictures and see what's going to match the best with everything going on. And even the blue would work, but I'm out of blue. I have this little piece of blue left. The little hearts are cute, but I feel like I want to use those going this way. Nah, I'm not feeling that. So I might use one of these yellows or one of these oranges. And then the other option I had were some What a Zoo or What a Zoo 2. I'm not sure which they are. I have them all combined. Stickers, because they have border stickers in it. And then they also had What a Zoo tonal stickers, but were border stickers. So let me pull those out. Forgot to pull those out when I started here. I have them all in my little thing here. Alright, so I have all my little zoo stickers. I'm not going to use these quite yet. The brick's kind of fun. I have some zebra stripes. There's like one sticker left in here and I really want to use it, but I don't think it works here. I have these blue like squigglies. These might be kind of fun. Kind of between the blue squigglies and the leaves. I think I'm going to do a combination of stickers here, or a combination of borders here. I like the orange. I just think it might meld in too much. So I might go yellow on this one. I'm just going to kind of layer it on there. like so. And like I said, this will be covered, so don't worry if your mat's hanging over. Oh man, I think the squiggly's too squiggly, if that makes sense. So I might cover it with leaves, and what I might do is come back after I add those other pieces and then cover it with leaves. But I think for now, I'm gonna just use one of these yellow. Gonna move this stuff, get my repo, move my photos now. I just had to see colors, that's all. I love repo for this reason. Positional tape runner is awesome for these little dainty pieces. I'm just gonna kind of layer it right down my line there. Give me a start of some texture happening there. So like I said, I'll come back and add another border probably after I add my other pieces. All right, so then we're gonna cut 4 pieces of paper to measure 4 by 6. So, and here it lists the types they use so you can get an idea of which ones they're talking about. I am going to use, like I said, one of my pictures is gonna replace one of these because it's big enough to do that. I'm not sure where I'm gonna put it yet. But for my mats, I like buried everything over here now, pulling all that out. Pull this back out. I have a few things here. I was going to use one of these kind of opposites. These are my smaller mats. Don't need that anymore. Got to clean up a little bit over here. Oh my goodness. Do you ever have to clean up like while you're working? Because it's just so much. Right. This is one of those projects. I feel like I don't need those anymore. I can move those. I don't really need that. All right. So I'm going to use a piece of this orange because I really like it. And it's going to be covered by a photo anyway. It's just the outside of it showing. So I know it's already 4, I believe. Yes, it's already 4, so I need to do the 6 now. So we're pretty much cutting it in half. Just going to pull my arm out here. And there we go. I'm going to have to do some more trimming, so I'm going to leave that handy. I'm probably going to just place it kind of opposite of this, so it's not so close to that. I could pick which one I want to use too. I don't think it really matters. And then for my other borders, or my other boxes, sorry, I have this one I liked a lot. So again, we just got to do that 4 by 6, which I like to measure and see, so we're going to have to go 4 this way, 6 the other way. Again, these are all scraps I've had forever for the What a Zoo collection. I'm finally using them up, which is so great. So I love when I can use things up. Oops, I didn't go far enough there. Alright, so there's that one. Your trimmer's trying to compete on me here. Let's see. I don't know, I might do opposites. I'm going to get them all cut and then I'll figure it out. And then I have this giant piece of blue that I like, either one. And it's on an old like Fast to Fab paper, inspired paper from What a Zoo too. Love this paper, but I like to cut like the borders out on it and use parts of it. So you can use it for more than just making pages, which is fun. Now I just gotta decide. I think I like this squiggly blue more, just to tone it down a little. It's gonna be a fun party page, I tell you. So we're gonna cut our 4. What I like about this trimmer is I can kind of eyeball where to stop. That way I'm not cutting a whole strip out of my paper. I like to save my paper the best I can. All right, and then 6. Like that. Okay, now I'm going to need it again, so we're going to keep it handy. We're using the trimmer a lot on this one, which is great. It's a great trimmer. I love it. Alright, and I'm going to kind of decide here how I want my pieces to go. And you might have to layer up a little bit. It's going to hang over the edge, I believe. So I might cut my other mats first. And maybe I'll put all my photos on them first and then I'll arrange them. I think that's how I'm going to do it. I'm a rebel when it comes to the instructions, you're going to find. So yeah. And I'm going to use these for my smaller mats. I only need 3 smaller mats because this guy obviously fills a whole section himself. So now, I don't know what step this is at. I'm just jumping all over. Yeah, here adhere these. I'm not going to yet. And then we're going to cut 4 pieces of paper to measure 3 1/4 by 5 1/4. And these are the photo mats essentially. I'm only going to cut 3 because my photo's taking up one, doesn't need to be matted. So I found these scraps of yellow that I'm going to attempt to use. So 3 1/4 by 5 1/4. I want to make sure I do this right. Okay, so 3 1/4. Again, I'm using stuff up, which I love. I do have these little pieces left, but oh my goodness, was that proper? That wasn't right. You guys, I hate math. Okay, I have more yellow. It's okay. All right, so 5. I have to think way too hard about this. It's awful. All right, so 3. So it's 3 wide, 5 long. Okay, so we're gonna cut this way at 3. You guys are just like, what the heck, Ashley? All right, it still looks too narrow to me. So how, okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cut my photos first. My brain works better when I go this direction. I'm just saying. I am Ashley and I can't do math. It's fine. I did add the photos are 3 by 5, which that would make sense. So we're gonna cut this to 3. See, I can think way better this way. Because a photo I can see it, you know, like. Oh, I'm an English major. I like to read. I'm not a fan of numbers. Okay, so there's one. This will help me. Maybe I did it right the first time. I don't know. It looks so narrow. Oh, maybe I did. You guys, it looks so narrow. It must have been okay. Oh, my goodness. All right, 3. I'm trying to decide like which side of this I want to cut off. I might meet them halfway. This is 3. Just a bird. It's not a big deal. I just liked his reflection. We were sitting there eating and this bird was like over there and I was like, oh, that's fun. My husband just, you know, was like, you and all your pictures. All right, now we got Kevin here. We met the actual Kevin, not just the photo past Kevin. And 5. Let's see how close. Oh, yes. She's got a little antennas there though. How do I want to do it? That's fine. All right, now I'll be able to like picture this better since my pictures are trimmed first. See, I was fine that first cut. I just panicked because it looked so small. It was scary. All right, so this one is fine. I hadn't finished cutting it. That's why it's so long because I panicked. All right, we're good. We're golden. So I need to do 5 1/4 now, right? Those are the sizes. I'm gonna double check. Yeah, 5 1/4. So 5 1/4 here is that first line before your trimmer is kind of out. 5 1/2 is like the edge of your trimmer. So if you ever wondered, that's how that one works. Okay, so now I know I can cut this way and be fine, right? I'm fine, y'all. I'm perfectly fine. Tell myself that every day. And 3 1/4. Cut a smidge off here. And 5 1/4. Okay, and then 5 1/4 here. I didn't forget about it. Alright, that was more complicated than I thought it was going to be, just because of me. But alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and just put my photos on here. And then I'll move them around accordingly. I'm a visual person. I like to see how it's gonna look before I stick it all down. Like some people are like, oh, just stick all these, you know, rectangles down first, and then I'll figure out where I want my photos. I like to rearrange it all. So also partially why all my mats are the same, because I knew I'd drive myself nuts. So funny. All right. Kevin on there. Excellent. And our other bird. I'm sure this bird is Kevin's friend. It's gotta be, right? Okay. All right. So I think, how do I want to do this? I think I want Kevin kind of opposite. I'm overthinking it, I know. I think I like that. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna adhere these on the mats I like them on. Hopefully evenly. It's another thing I can't do well. I cannot get things even. Luckily, I don't usually care. Unless it's all contingent on something else, then I go crazy. So, okay. And I'm an overthinker, which doesn't help the situation. All right, so I think I want this picture of Kevin up here. And I am gonna end up tucking these a little bit to fit, which is fine. Just don't want any white showing. So I think I'm gonna do my edges first. That way I know exactly how far out to put these inner ones. Perfect. All right. This Kevin down. Yeah, these are just kind of random Animal Kingdom pictures I needed to use up, hence why they're kind of random. I was like, oh, I have Kevin, and I have this random bird, and then I mean we saw the street performers, which was cool. I want to cover this mat, so I'm trying to pull this up a little bit. I don't want the mat to be showing, even though I'm probably going to put a sticker there. Make sure. So yes, right now I'm in the stage of Scrapbooking Disney where I'm just showing random pictures. At least they're in the same part. On a page, I'm like, yeah, looks good. I just want to use them up. I'm using peekaboo pockets a whole lot right now because I'm like, all right, how many can I fit? Okay, that looks pretty good to me. Look at that. I love it. So vibrant and fun. All right, so we got all this done. And then step 10, using scissors, fussy cut a mat that says bloom where you're planted. That's what they used. And adhere to your layout. I don't have a mat that really works here. I've used a lot of my animal ones, obviously, thanks to Animal Kingdom. But I do have these random titles that I love. There's more of them, but I can't find them right now. So we're just going to use this. So I'm probably just going to cut this square and call that good. And I can't use scissors for it. I could use a trimmer, but might as well let the scissors feel loved right now. Yes, I think that's really cute. So I'm going to put that on there. And I don't think it needs to be matted at all. I think it looks just fine the way it is. All right, and then our last step, or I'm sorry, second to last. The last step is journal if you want, and I am a journaler, so you know I will. Adhere any additional stickers and layered border pieces as you wish to your layout. You can use foam squares if you'd like. I do like foam squares. I've been using them a lot in this book. I'm not going to use them for this because I don't want my pages to be so thick. But I am going to add, I think, that leafy border to kind of bring it all together right here. Just to kind of cover things a little more, add a little dimension. And I really stink at putting sticker borders on too. It's so ridiculous, you guys. It takes me like 4 tries to get it right, given like the zigzaggy ones are a little more difficult. So, you know what? We're just going to put it down and call it good. Oh my gosh, not like that though. That was a little wild right there. Trying to figure out what's straight for this. Okay, so if I follow, pulled up my thing there. If I follow that plane, just gonna go slow, it'll be okay. It's so stressful to place things straight, I swear. That works. I'm just gonna kind of add a little layer there. All right, and so all I have left to do really is journal embellish. I won't make you sit through me embellishing because that's a whole nother process of being indecisive for me, and you don't need to watch it. I will share my finished page, however, probably on my Facebook pages. And then I also stream these to YouTube. So Facebook is getting rid of you can keep your lives for longer than 30 days, which I wondered when they'd run out of room. I'm just saying. So these do get indexed on my YouTube. So make sure you go over there and like and subscribe. That way you can stay up to date, or you can go back and find old ones, because like I said, they're not going to be on Facebook anymore. So this will be up for 30 days, this video, and then it'll be gone. But I will post the picture of my completed page here. So yeah, once you guys get your thing all done, your page all done, take a picture and put it in the comments of the challenge post on my Ashley Scrappy VIPs. Make sure you're on that group. I have I have a page and a group, so make sure you're on my group. It is closed, so you'll have to request to join if you're not on there. And then put it in the comments by Thursday at 11:59 p.m. to get drawn, or to possibly get drawn for a prize. I'm not gonna draw everybody. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this layout, and I love how mine turned out. It's really fun. So if you have any questions, holler at me and I'll be happy to answer them. But thanks so much for watching, you guys. I hope you have a great rest of your day.